All right, I believe we are live, if I'm not 100% sure. Let me answer this phone. Oh, this must be Helen.
Hi.
Oh, hey, we're live. Where are you?
I'm in the home.
You're in the house?
We'll be in about 2 minutes.
Well, there you go. Okay, so we're going to have Helen keep an eye on the chat at some point, and she'll just tell me when she'll ask me questions, just so we can keep the flow of everything going. Larissa's here. She'll also keep an eye on everything, of course. Dutch is here. Hello, Dutch. Hi, everyone. All right, we're playing a game that I really wanted to play over the weekend. Of course, as I stated, that we did not have a chance to play it, and we will give it a crack. We're going to be playing, yes, Dark Souls. This is a really interesting card game. Now, what we're going to try to do is we're going to try to make it feel like you're actually playing the game. We've got a couple different angles that we're going to look at it. When we are moving our cards and placing our cards, we're going to be going over there. I'm going to show you some of where we're going to be moving around and stuff from over here. Then actually you're going to be able to see the entire hand that I have to work from. And we're going to try to problem solve this all together. And we'll have Helen just kind of read things so I don't have to keep looking up. And then finally, well, we don't need that view because we only wait till the end of the game. The thing is that we are going to take this, we're going to go through a couple rounds, and I think I'm going to split this into 2 videos. I'm going to try to keep it to an hour, and I'm going to try to, for those of you who've never played the game, try to teach you along the way. We'll talk about it a little bit, and we'll go from there. I think that's about as good as you can get it. So let's start and go down and draw our initial hand. Now, our initial hand is we get 6 cards. There are 28 cards here, okay? Now, some of the cards that are in here are going to be like stamina, weapons, and armor. We're going to use those to fend attacks because over here we're going to be moving around this board. Now, these are the 2 enemies, but we kind of want to power up. And we want to try to get loot, and we want to get stronger and be able to deal with things a lot easier. Now, I'm going to show you what an enemy card looks like. I'm just going to pull one from the middle here. All right, we have a Peasant Hollow, okay? We're going to talk a little bit about this card. Forgive me if it's out of focus. This is where he's going to go on the board. So in this position, he will go right here. This is the hero side, and this is the villain side. We're going to negotiate that and try to take him out. He is always going to try to attack that space right there and then push somebody back. We'll talk about those symbols later on and how they all work. He does 2 damage. He is vulnerable to this type of attack, and then he has 1 defense. Now, if we hit him with this type of attack, well, it ignores his shield and then goes right to his health. And he has 2 health. If we're lucky enough to kill this guy, well, we're going to get 3 souls. Well, not so fast. We just don't get 3 souls because we beat the guy. We're also going to have to... We're going to put that in a loot pile, okay? And we're going to have our loot pile. And then what's going to happen is if we don't get that loot into our inventory until we go back to our campfire, which is right here. Now, there's a couple things about campfires. Let's talk about them, huh? Now, this is the store. We'll talk about that later. But I have the campfire over here. Now, what happens with the campfire? This is the initial campfire, and there are 5 cards. Okay? Light is a big thing in Dark Souls. If you have light, you can keep going. But as you can see, it's a blazing bonfire. Then it becomes a crackling fire, a glowing fire, dying embers, cooled ashes, and the game. Okay, real bad because after this card, if you tried to go back or have to go back, well, guess what? You automatically lose the game. Not cool. We don't want to lose the game. Another way we lose the game is if we cannot draw another card from this pile here. We have 28 cards that are... Helen, what the hell are you doing, girl? So anyways, going back to it, basically if we run out of this and we run out or we cannot draw another card, then we've lost our life and we are dead and lose the game. Very sad, very sad. Now, if we are able to get back to the campfire, because you're going to want to go back, because you're going to want to be able to spend that inventory to get stronger and have a bigger deck, which means more life. Because as you see here, there are level 1 enemies, there are level 2 and level 3 areas, okay? And they're going to pull from normal enemies and very aggressive enemies, which can be a real problem. So here, it's going to be easier than here, which is a level 2 area, and then finally a level 3 area. At any time, you could try to go fight one of the bosses. Well, I'll tell you what, you're going to want to get some experience and get some stuff and be able to buy some things to strengthen your deck, because this is the deck builder, to get better. As you can see here, there are certain cards that you can buy. These that are 5, you get both these symbols, which is going to help power up your weapons. Now, I know we have a little glare, but hey, that's just life. Over here, you can either use this or this. Now, in my deck that we have back over there, we have cards that are either one of these or one of these. So we're going to be able to adjust our deck, adjust our weapons from the loot that we're gonna get, but we're gonna try to press our luck, because we may have a bunch of loot and we may go to another area. We can't just leave. We have to finish the fight. And if we finish the fight and we succeed, well, we'll get that loot and then we'll be able to go to the campfire and spend all that money and power up. But if we die going through these areas, well, that's not going to be good, because we lose everything in our pile. So it's a pressure luck mechanism as well. Whew. Boy, there's a lot going on here, and we're going to try to deal with it. All right, so the first thing that we're going to do is we're going to do this. We're going to place our hero. Now, I'm playing the knight. Well, let's go back and show you who I'm playing with. Okay, I am playing the knight. Okay, this is my boy because he's just cool. He has a special ability. Once we get to use that special ability once during not a fight, but while we're out. Once we go back to the bonfire, we can turn it over, because once we turn it over, I mean, once we use that ability and flip this over, we can't use it again. Flip this card over when you rest at a bonfire. So we would have to go back to the bonfire to get back our ability. And our ability is a pretty good one. Flip this card over to block 3 damage. That can come very in handy, because if you take damage, you're going to have to discard cards. And what happens when you discard cards? You lose life. All right, so first things first. Let's go over and place our guy. I'm going to place him right here. Now, I put it this side so you guys can see the enemies more, because you guys, you guys are rooting for the enemies, of course. But we're going to try to figure out, and we're going to try to do our best to beat this game together. Some of you might be rooting for us to see how we're going to do. Well, there's only one way to find out. I'm going to take, and I'm going to just shuffle these one more time, just to make sure we got them good at shuffle, so we don't end up with a bunch of junk. Godzilla Lover, what's up? King Fat, my brother. And, of course, Larissa, Charlie P. Everybody, welcome. It's just good to... Oh, Helen Adams is here. Oh, she's in the chat. Look at that. And she's typing away.
Hey, I gotta be in the chat or you can't hear me.
Well, yeah, I know that. Okay, Jeez. You don't have to get so sensitive. Okay, so
I'm trying to do good here.
I know you are. You're doing a great job. Okay, so... Today only. Well, you're only as good as the last job you did. There you go. All right, so we are going to flip over our cards. We start with 6 cards. And I'll explain the actions as we go. We have a stamina. We have a longsword. We have another stamina. We need to get some weapons here. Okay, forgive me. I'm trying a new webcam. We're going to see how that goes. Oh, hey, we got another stamina there. We got a short sword, which might help us because it gives us a different... See, they are strong in these abilities. Okay, we need some armor. Come on, come on, come on. Oh, yes! And we got a little armor to get us going. All right. Now that we got that, okay, as you can see, we have armor and stuff like this. Now, what's going on with these cards? Now, all right, you need to spend this to really get a different type of ability here. So if we wanted to use a longsword to do two damage, we're going to have to pay the cost for it. To keep the card in our hand, we would have to pay one of any kind of stamina. To the left here, the yellow, which is, as you can see, the arm, and then a red one, which is a faith. This is a faith. This is a strength, stamina, and one of any color to do 2 damage. So that would cost us almost 3 life. Not cool. But we would get to keep this longsword. Now, if we only want to do 2 damage, we could pay 1 strength, but we would lose the card. We would have to discard this weapon. So if we want to keep it in our hand, that's what we'd have to do. To block 3 damage, we would have to use a strength to block it, or we can block 4 and discard it, and it goes away until we go back to camp. So I think you guys got it. I think we can do this. Let's get going. All right, so these are the cards that we're going to start with. Now it's time to, well, kind of get going here. So let's swap. See, I got to find out how to adjust that camera. We'll get there with it. It's a 1080p camera, and I just got to work on it in a OBS, but we'll get there. Again, we're trying to get it so you guys can feel like you're part of this. Okay, so here we go, and the first thing that we're going to do is we are actually going to go here, and I think what we're going to try to do, because if we go here, well, we can go here, and if we do well, maybe we can go there, which wouldn't be bad. So you can always move 1. Or, well, you can move as many areas as long as they are connected. As you can see, this area is connected to this. This area is always connected here. And we can go through these areas. Once we defeat these areas, we're going to put that card there. So we're going to go here, and we're going to draw a card. So what are we going to draw? Well, hopefully nothing bad. The Deeps. Oh, great. So here we go. For 1 player, it explains to you exactly what happens. For 1 player, if we defeat this, we will get 1 treasure. Very cool. But we're going to have to face 2 normal enemies. And that's going to be the enemies out of this deck. So that is going to be the Deeps right here. And boy, this is not going to be easy. So now we're going to go back over to our other section here. And we are going to draw 2 cards. And, well, we're going to face a Guru Leaper. What? Oh, he does poison damage. That is not cool. He goes all the way in the back. Now, what is... So that's where he starts, our Poison Leaper. Then we're going to also have to face a Caged Spider. Well, that's not cool. So he's going to do 1 damage to us. He's going to be right here. Now, you can only fight somebody in your lane, okay? So right now, the knight is going to fight directly into his lane. Now, here's something I forgot to check, that when you draw enemies, I believe that we still go first, or they go first. See, I forgot. And this is why we check rules. If you see anything, young lady, let me know. All right, so here we go. Encounters. Okay. If an enemy card has spawned a requirement and that space is already filled, but no, that's okay. The beginning encounter, blah, blah, blah. This means that if the party has just completed an encounter, you can choose a new position, blah, 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 blah. No, beep, 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 blah, 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 blah. After enemies have been set up, all enemies activate. Oh, come on. Here we go. So we're going to start off right off the beginning. Now, they say, as you can see, that he would attack here, but if nobody's there, they would attack the person with the highest taunt in the thing. This is one player, so they're just going to keep attacking me. So, here's what we're going to do. Poison. What does poison do? Suffer 1 damage at the end of the next activation. So, he is going to shoot poison, and because he doesn't hit here, he's going to look for the next thing, and of course I'm going to take a poison token no matter what. Now, I believe I take a poison token. Oh, let me just double check it. I want to make sure I'm right. It's been a while since I played this. Conditions. Some attacks inflict conditions on the target of the attack. When the condition is applied, put the relevant condition token to mark the effects. Condition tokens are removed after the condition takes effect, but the same condition can be reapplied to the same card later. A card cannot have a condition applied while already suffering that. Okay, all right, fine. So anyways, basically what's going to happen is he's going to try to attack me for 3 damage. Okay? No matter what, I'm going to take poison. So we're going to have poison on there. So even if I block it, I believe that we end up with poison and would have to deal with that at the end of the turn. Or if I block the damage, I don't know. If I block the damage, if they do the damage, then I would take poison. That's what it is. So he's going to try to attack me for 3. He's going to go first. He's in my range here. So let's go over to the cards and see what we can do to prevent this unbelievable damage that he wants to do to us. This is horrible. So he's going to try to do this. And I have 2 strength. What do I need to block that? Okay, so all I'm going to do is I'm going to discard this card. I'm going to put that here. And I'm going to activate this. Now, this ability means that it'll stay in my hands, but I can absorb 3 damage. So that means he's not going to hit me at all. And we're going to be fine. Okay, and let's go over here. So he has done his thing and nothing. Now, the caged spider, he's going to go. Well, he's going to try to attack here. Well, there's nobody there, so he goes to the next person, which is here, which is me. And he's going to try to attack me for 1. So again, I put myself in a situation here where I've got to kind of decide, do I want to take the 1 damage? If I do, I can discard a card from my top there, or I can just... This is a tough call, because if I discard that strength, I need that strength to do an attack. And if I can't do an attack, that's going to be a problem. But when it's my turn, I can do any number of things. I can discard a certain amount of cards, but the first thing I'm going to do is refill my hand. So he's attacking. I think we have to block it. I mean, we really don't have much of a chance, or we can just use this to kind of dissipate it. I don't know. This is a tough call. Well, I guess everything's fine in our life now that Miss Tina's here.
We can continue on.
Oh, we can continue on? Okay. So I'm really in a tough situation.
We're just waiting.
We're waiting for...
Patiently for her, weren't we?
Oh, yes, we were waiting patiently for the Queen Minor Tina. Or as we call Tina the Terror. Or is it Phoenix the something Blade, or whatever she wants to call herself? Phoenix Blade or something like that. Okay. Anyways, back to the game here. I got a tough decision right off the bat. Should I just take the 1 damage and discard this card? Yeah, I think I'm going to take the 1 damage and discard this card. And it's 1 damage. Because I really kind of want to get an attack in and take one of these guys out. So now it is our turn. So here's what's going to happen here. Oops, wrong. Is that the right board? Yes, that's the right board. First of all, let's do this. Come on, Rob. What are you doing? See, you give me a controller. All right. All right, there we go. All right, so we got a little bit here. So now what I want to do is I'm going to stay in this lane. I can either move. I can move one square. I can go back. I can go over. I can go this way, that way. I can do anything I want, but here's what I want to do. I want to attack this guy and get this guy out because I just don't want to take any more poison. Oh, shoot. Suffer 1 damage at the end of the next activation. So the next time they go, I've got to take a damage somehow. Oh boy, this is going to be tough. So I want to get him out. I got to get past his shield. So I want to use that sword, that long sword. That's going to ignore his damage. Or I can just, if I'm lucky enough, I can just do enough damage. If I do 2, that all he does is take 1 damage. So he'll absorb 1, and then 1 will go through, and that'll be enough to kill him. So I think that's what we want to do. So let's go back over to our cards. And, oh, I keep on hitting the wrong button. Come on, Rob. So we're going to draw up. That's the first thing we're going to do. Okay, so we got that other strength that we needed. Oh, we got 3 strength. Oh, boy, that's a tough call now. Oh, boy, oh, boy, oh, boy, oh, boy. So we're going to have to lose something no matter how we look at it. So here's what's going to happen. I'm going to burn this stamina, okay? And I'm going to use the bottom ability. Now, as you see on the bottom of the ability here, it means, hey, this is bad because this card gets this card. If I had a blue stamina to go with my yellow stamina, I'd be able to keep this card in my hand. But I'm just going through this deck, and this isn't cool. Remember, we're on a timer. We only have so much heat, so much fire. I don't want to have to keep on going back, especially with this deck getting low already. So there's that. So I was able to go and do this dude wrong. So that's 2 damage, and that's going to go through. And it's going to hit him, and it's going to kill him. Awesome. That's exactly what we need. Now, because he died, we get 3 souls. Okay? But we do not get to keep those souls. Those souls are going to go into our loot pile. Remember, all the souls and everything that we keep. And we're just going to keep this right here just to let you know that that's our loot pile. So we have 3 souls that can possibly go into our loot pile. But we've got to finish this caged spider, and that is going to be difficult unto itself because, after all, he is a caged spider. And despite all his rage, he's just a rat in a cage. Or a spider in a cage. Alright, you don't have to laugh, Helen. Alright, so now that we've done... Yeah.
Sorry, that's my cue.
No, just don't even worry about it. Just let it go. Alright, so he is gone. But now we go back to our cards, and at the end of our turn, we are allowed to fill our hand. Remember, if you can't fill your hand at the end of the turn, at any time, that's bad. Okay, cool. We got one of these. That can help us, okay? And, oh, we got another armor, but that's not going to help us. We need weapons. Weapons of mass destruction. Boy, oh boy, oh boy. What to do, what to do, what to do. Okay, let's go back to the board. So now, oh, and I'm allowed to move, I believe. I can move at any point before the end of my turn. I'm allowed 1 move. So I'm actually going to move over here. Now, here's the tough thing here. Is because I have this poison on here, at the next activation, I'm going to take 1 damage. So what happens when you take 1 damage? Well, you got it. We've got to discard a card. Well, we're kind of lucky that we pulled this armor, because we're going to try to hold on to the armors as much as we can, and we're going to have to discard this. So we're losing life already. We have 28 life, but 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 already. So we're down, oh God, we're down to 23 life. Is that enough? I don't know. All right, so now the hard part. Boy, oh boy, oh boy. What to do? So, Mr. Cage Spider, that's the end of our turn, and let's go over to the caged spider. The caged spider is going to attack us, which is not cool. So, he's going to attack us for 1 damage. Now, do we want to take the 1 damage? Now, we could take the 1 damage. And that'd be able to give us enough to attack him back. That's a tough call because you don't have a lot of stamina and stuff to get through this. So I think our best option is to probably... well, let's go back to our hand here. Okay. Well, we're going to have to... Oh, we have a question. Go ahead.
James wants to know if the expansion is included in your play.
No, we're playing the first one, and then we will move on to the expansion once we teach the game to begin with.
Excellent. So the answer is not at this time, but we're hoping to add it.
Thank you. Okay, I'm just going to do something real quick here. I want to make sure that configure... Whoa, no. There we go. I just want to make sure that we're... Yeah, we got autofocus on. Nothing I can do. Okay. Yeah, I got to work on the position and the lighting with this particular camera, this webcam. But it does at least get us the thing. All right, so I'm going to have them attack. See, even if he attacks, it doesn't matter because what's going to happen is I'm going to take 1 damage no matter what. So I'm going to take the 1 damage, and I can choose to take it off the top of the card. Oh, that was a shield we could have used. That's not cool. That's all I'm going to say about that. Oh boy, this is not going the way we had hoped it went. So they went. They're not going to move. He's going to stay right there. We are going to decide. So now it's our turn. We're already in position where we want it, so we don't want to move. The next thing that we want to do is we want to draw up. Do we want to discard anything? No, we're going to keep that. We're going to draw. Oh, God. It's just another thing. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to use this and these two. No, I'm going to use this and this. Man, I'm burning through life. To take a swing at him. So I can do 2 damage and keep this sword. Okay? So let's go to the table here. And that's going to do 2 damage. But he has 4 health. And here's another bad thing. The damage that I'm going to inflict is... it is heavy damage. And we can only get through his armor with skill damage. So all he's going to take out of all that life that we just spent is 1 damage. Wow, that sucks. So, yeah, ouch is right, young lady. So let's go back to our hand again. So now we're in a bad predicament, okay? We could do a couple of things here. Oh, we have... Well, we could take... No, I don't want to use that right away. We have our special ability, which I don't want to use. But, boy, I've got to somehow get through this a little bit easier. This is not an easy game. I like this card game, but James said he liked it better the board game, and I said, phooey with that, James. I think the board game's just as good as this. So, that's my opinion, but what does my opinion mean? Tell him, Helen. Nothing. Hey, it is what it is.
Different strokes for different folks, you know?
Whoa. Let's keep it clean here, young lady. Jeez.
You like a board game, they like a card game.
All right, let's just keep it clean. This is family hour. All right, so, boy, as far as things I can do, there's really not much I can do there. I think the best thing to do is probably... Well, let's just load up again, but that means we're just losing more life. And that's just not what we need to do right now. We can move our character. We can make one action. We can use one non-attack action. We can use our heroic ability, which we're not going to use because it's a defend action. We can use it on their turn. So we got to go up to 6 cards, and our life is just draining right now. I mean, we're just bleeding life. Oh, come on. Give me... Oh, for the love of Mike. This is not helping us whatsoever. All right, so we're really going through this deck, and that's not cool. So now let's go back to our friend, the Caged Spider, who has 1 damage on him. What's going to happen is he's going to attack. So essentially what I'm going to do is, again, I'm going to burn a stamina and block it for 3. Okay, so that's blocked, so we don't take any additional damage, but all he would have done was 1 damage, which I might as well have let it go. And now it is going to be our turn. So what do? Do we move? No, that ain't going to help us. We got to fight this spider. We got to take this guy out. He's got 4 health. And he's pretty hardcore. Not something we needed right off the bat. So, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Somebody help me. So here's what we're going to do. All right, we're just going to attack. Maybe I should... Yeah, no. I got to attack. So I've got to actually use 3 to keep this longsword because I got a feeling I'm going to need it at some point. I could probably... If I had another stamina, I could do 3 to it, which would bring it down. But as it is, because of that attack, all I'm going to do is 1 damage on him. And that cost me 3 life. Not cool. So we're going to re-up our cards here. And we've got to add 4 now. This, and the life is just slipping away. Another armor doesn't help us any. Stamina, which that does help. Oh boy. Boy, oh boy, oh boy. We're just stinking up the joint. This is a tough call here. So, what do? Well, I'll tell you what. He's going to attack. And he's going to attack with some ferocity. So I'm going to let him get his attack through. And what that's going to do is it's going to cause me to discard a card. Well, I'm going to get rid of this armor. Because we don't need another armor. So let's see how much life we have left. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. So we have 14 life left. Well, I'll tell you what. After we finish this, we're going to have to go back to camp, which is not a good thing. All right. I think we'll get by him, but it's just a matter of how long it's going to take us to get through him. And do we want to do what we have to do? So I took the damage, so that was his turn. So now I've got to decide. So I'm going to draw back up 1 card. And, oh, it's another longsword. So this kind of helps me here. And I'll tell you why. Because now I can just burn 1 strength to do 2 damage, but it's going to cost me that card. All right. Whoops. That's our discard pile. That's our draw pile. And what's going to happen is that is going to do 1 more damage to him. So 1 more damage, and we got this guy beat. All right. Which is all fine and dandy, but this has been a very costly area. And it's not going to help us because we're going to have to go back to the bonfire, and that's not a cool thing to go right after your first adventure. So it's just one of those things. What are you going to do? We're just not strong enough yet. So now we're going to draw up, and hopefully we're going to get, yeah, well, we got another one of those. And we got one of those. Well, we can finish him off no matter what. So what's going to happen is he's going to attack me. I'm going to take 1 damage, which means I am going to lose that card right there. Thank you very much. And then I'm going to attack. It's going to be my turn. I'm not going to do anything else. I'm just going to spend 1 of these and this, and basically I'm going to hit him for 2. 1 is going to be absorbed by the shield, and then the next one will do our friend in. We're going to get 3 souls for him. And so we're going to dig up 3 souls. We've got a 5er here, so we're going to take 2 away, and that's going to give us 6 souls. Now, he's dead. Thank goodness. But at what cost? Quite a bit, if you ask me. So, what do? I think we have no choice but to go back to camp. We've only got, how many cards left? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 life left. Not cool. That's not the way we want to start things off. So we're going to move back here to camp. So what does that mean? Well, we're going to go up here, and we are going to remove this card. Now, this card here, it's a blazing bonfire. When revealed, this is the starting bonfire card. So it's going to go bye-bye. So, but now, we have this. When revealed, gain 1 common treasure. Well, we already got a common treasure. Oh, I forgot to do that. I forgot to pull a treasure. So the first treasure we got, we got a falcon. A falcon. And, okay, all right. This could do some stuff. We could do some damage with this. No, actually, it's a piece of garbage. But we got that, and that goes over here. And then we get 1 common treasure, which is a fireball. But do we have that kind of stuff in there? No, we do not. It's a ranged attack. And, that means we can hit from any area. Fireball, yeah, that's not going to do it for us either. But this is going to go in our inventory and can help us later. So now that we're back at camp, okay, so now it's a crackling fire, which means it's burning pretty good. But now our hand size, instead of 28, is 31. So now we got to try to figure out do we want to spend some money and try to get some things to try to facilitate some of the things that we want to do. Now we have 5, which we can buy some really good cards, but jeez, I mean, what do we do here? So now all our cards are going to come back into our hand, So I'm going to shuffle those up. But I have 28, so I can add 3 cards. Well, the first thing I think I want to do is I'm definitely going to add this. So that's going to bring us to... that's going to bring us... Jeez, what do I want to do here? That's going to bring us to 29 cards. So we're going to shuffle these up. Hopefully we're going to get a better shuffle. If I take this fireball, I don't think I have any kind of magic in here. That's the thing. So taking a look at this card, yeah, it's all strength, and the other stamina is... I have strength stamina, and I have dexterity. But the intelligence, I'm going to need intelligence to do that. I don't think that's something that I can get out of this thing. So I'm going to put this in my inventory. But I am going to spend 5, okay? And I think I'm going to buy one of these. And I think these would help me a lot, because I get to use both of these. So we can add that in. That'd be 30. Unless I just do this. I take 2 of these. I think taking 2 of these will help me instead, because that's what I'm really kind of counting on. So I'm going to take 2 of those. So that's going to bring me to 31, because I could pick either or. I think that's the way we're going to go. So we're going to shuffle these up. We're going to go back to our starting position. Wow, that first adventure was not very cool. So now we got to kind of try to press our luck here and see how it goes. Now this is only going to go an hour, this whole stream. I don't want it to go any more than that. What?
Chupa and Goblin Sword have joined us. Goblin Sword says this is a great game.
Well, yeah. I'm having a lot of fun with it. So I want to thank him for sticking his head in and popping in and checking out and see what we're doing. So here's the thing. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go all the way up into an hour, and then if we don't get a lot done, I'm going to leave this set up, and we'll do another live event tomorrow where we'll do a part 2. And Helen, when I get off, just adjust it and make it part 1. Because I want to keep it to an hour. I don't want this thing to go for 2 hours. I'd rather have a part 1 and part 2. So, all right, so we could find out what happens to our knightly hero. What we want to do is take it and at least defeat the first boss. And that's where we're going to take this game. And then I'll introduce the following week. Well, the following week I'll actually be gone. But on Monday, I am off on Monday. So I'll be doing a couple of streams. So I'm thinking we can take a look at that as well. We also have Speed Freaks coming up, and a lot of painting and a lot of things that we're going to be doing. Okay, let's go back over to our area here, and this is all shuffled up now, so let's hope that we get a better draw than we did last time. I can only hope that we do better.
Goblin Sword asked again if you've played the expansion yet. He says he's picking it up next week and can't wait to try it. We said earlier that the expansion is not currently in this in right now. We're learning the basics, and we hope to add the expansion in it, or hopefully the next time we play this game.
We got it. It's still wrapped. Like most of the games in this area, everything is shrink wrapped.
I can attest to that. I've won a couple of auction lots that had lots of shrink wrapped games.
Hey, that's what I'm here for. To provide games for everybody else.
When the auctions come up, yeah, you're getting some great stuff new and shrink at really good prices. So
there you go. All right, so oh no, come on, we got to get a weapon here. Oh come on.
James forgot he had this one.
Oh, we did get a weapon, so we're all right, but we don't have any armor. Oh, we did get a shield. Woo! All right, we will press on. Now, at any time, I can discard all these cards if I wanted to, and just get rid of them, and then, of course, redraw. But who wants to take that kind of risk? I'll tell you who, Helen. So let's go over and take a look and see what our next part of the adventure is going to be. So I'm gonna try to. I just want to check one thing, and maybe Goblin can tell us, is that after we move from area to area, can we refight in an area again? Like, can I go back to the deeps if I wanted to? Exploration. Okay, starting. Or do I only move one time? The first time you fight an encounter, draw an encounter card. Once an enemy describes on the encounter card are defeated, leave that card face up on the encounter space of the battle board and place the encounter cleared token on top of it. Oh, I think that's what this is. Cleared. Thank you. I use it to know where I am. Encounters stay the same each time the party faces them, but the exact enemies within them vary. Each encounter provides these treasures each time it is defeated. If the party defeats an encounter by defeating all the enemies, the party will gain souls and treasure, which is placed in the loot spot. So does that mean every time I step on there, I have to negotiate? Like if I go here and then I want to go back over here, I have to go through here again and fight. I think that's what happens.
I was gonna say that's less than stellarly clear in the rules.
Yeah, it doesn't really, it's not telling me. Encounter setup. If anybody clears that up. I mean, obviously we're going over here. So I'm just letting you guys know we're going over here. And I just wonder if I wanted to go to 2 here. Well, see, that connects like that. And that connects here. But I wouldn't have to stop here, I believe. Okay. And that connects here. Okay. I just wonder if you go through an area, and if I went here, do I only go one space, or if I wanted to go over here, I can go over there? Or do I go through here and have to fight my way through there again to get to there? At any time, I know I can go back here from anywhere. So if anybody knows the rule to that, just let me know. All right, so but that's neither here nor there. We're going to turn over our next encounter and find out what we're going after. And we are in the Forgotten, which means at 1 player means we got to face 2 enemies again for 1 treasure. Awesome. Oh, goodness me, goodness me, goodness me, goodness me. Okay, so now we have to pull our enemies. So we're going to pull them, and let's show everybody what we got here. Oh, we've got a Lutherian slave assassin. So we've got an assassin in the back corner here. Nope, he's over here. I'm sorry. He has 3. He does 3 damage. He has 1 health. Awesome. Oh, he has a special. He has a special. Uh-oh. This card cannot be attacked while there are non-invisible enemies in play. So I can't attack him. He's just going to keep peppering me. Isn't that awesome? And then also, and he's only worth 1 thing. And then here we have a rat hound. We were just saying, despite all our rage, we are just rats in the cage. So he's there, and he's attacking that space right there. Oh, Nelly. We got a problem here. So, since they are out, and you see, this whole thing isn't worth much. See, I'm only going to get 2. Oh, and I spent this, so that's away. This is in my inventory, so that's all fine and dandy. But what we have to do is we've got to try to get rid of these guys quickly and not take as much damage. Boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. So, here's what's going to happen. He is going to attack here. Oh, wow. He's going to do 1 damage. Can I take the 1 damage? Well, let's go over. So he's going to attack me for 1 damage. Oops, I'm sorry. We're going over here. So he's going to attack me for 1 damage. The shield, I would have to pay quite a bit. I would have to pay 2 life, basically, to block 1 damage. When I can just take 1 damage. So I think that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to take 1 damage from this guy. Oh no, he does 3 damage. Oof. He does 3 damage. Oh boy. And the other dude does 3 damage too. So that would be 6 damage right off the bat. Alright, here's what I'm going to do. I am going to discard this. Now, it doesn't cost me anything to discard to get rid of this. I'm going to use this card, and it's going to absorb 3 damage. So, for 1 card, I just absorbed 3 damage. Alright. The Rat Hound has fought. Now, the Assassin. Let's go over to him. This punk right here is going to take a shot at me. Now, of course, he shoots. He wants to hit this area here. But he keeps going until he finds the guy with the most taunt. Well, guess what? That's this guy here. He wants to do 3 damage to me. Now, let's go back. Let's go back. See what we got here. Well, we got 3 damage. We could take the 3 damage. And we get 1 attack. But here's the thing that I'm thinking. We want to get out of this with as little damage and maybe press forward a little bit.
Rules clarification. It appears that you can go anywhere. You can go anywhere attached to an area or anywhere you have not yet explored.
Okay, cool. Thank you. All right, so here's what I'm going to do.
Of course, it's attached to somewhere you've already been.
Pardon me?
It has to be attached to somewhere you've already been explored, but I believe on our board that basically is everywhere except the bosses.
Right. Right. All right, so, So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to flip him over already. And I'm going to take that 3, I'm going to absorb that 3 damage. I'm going to block that 3 damage from him. And for me...
King Fat observes that in real life you'd whoop anything Dark Souls could throw at you.
Well, that's the idea, but, you know, sometimes, you know, never underestimate your opponent. So, we absorbed that 3 damage. We use that, and we cannot do that until we go back. We cannot use that ability again until we go back to a bonfire. We do not want to go to the bonfire very often. We are going to... We're going to attack now. So let's go back. Let's go back to our cards here, and basically it says if we use this and this, well, guess what? That is going to let us do 1 damage and let us keep this card. All right, that works because if you take a look here, and I'm going to pull him up over here, he has no defense whatsoever. Okay, so that's going to go right through, do 1 damage, and that's going to kill our boy here, which is good. But the thing is, well, he was weak, and we only get 1 soul for that. All right, well, there's 1 soul. There's 1 soul. There's 1 soul. All right, so now we are allowed to move. But we're not going to move just yet. We're going to do that in the next turn. So we're going to go back to our cards. And what we're going to do here is we've gone through 3 life. So we're at 28 life. We're going to go up to 6 cards. So we turn this over. That's not going to help us at all. We need something good here. All right, we got the armor that we're looking for. Nice. All right, now we need a decent weapon here. Come on. Help me out. That's not bad. We can use either or of those, and I like that. That might be enough to help us out of this current situation that we're in. Okay, so let's go back to the board. What's going to happen here? Well, I'm going to tell you. Our friend here is going to attack. He attacks here, but he's going to come over and hit here for 3 points of damage. Well, we have to negotiate that, don't we? All right, well, how are we going to do that? Well, that's real simple. We are going to use 1 of these. And what's that going to do, folks? Yeah, you betcha. You bet your bottom dollar. That is going to block it for 3. And it's going to keep that armor there. Okay? So, that's his turn. Now we can discard any number of cards, and at the beginning of our turn, but let's do the first thing that we want to do. And what we want to do first is I want to move him, and I'm allowed to move here, here, here. I think you can go diagonal if you wanted to, if I'm not sure. I don't think you can go diagonal, but I think you can go north or south there. So I'm going to move because you have to be in line of sight to hit this guy unless you have a ranged weapon. And that's a whole different thing. Now, we're going to go back to our cards here. All right, we're going to go take a look at this. Now, I'm going to discard this stamina here. All right. And there's a reason for that. Because I want to draw 2 cards here. It's going to kind of set up what happens next. And what I decide to do. Oh, I got another shield. I mean, for the love of Mike. That doesn't help me at all. Alright, well, that's the way it goes. So now, we're going to have to make a decision here. And I think we're going to cost that weapon. And that's exactly what we're going to do. Is we are going to take a shot at the assassin there. And the way we're going to have to do that is we have to break his armor. So right here, here is if we use 1 strength and discard this weapon, we are going to do 2 damage. And what's that going to do? Well, let me show you, folks. Because that is going to go right through. Because he only has 1 shield and he only has 1 health. That's going to be enough to kill him. We're going to get him out of here, and whoop-de-doo, we get 1 soul for that. Okay, but because we cleared this area, we do get to pick a card. Before we do that, let's draw our cards. That's going to kind of determine what we're going to do. Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, we got a long sword. All right, that's enough to kind of keep us in the game. All right, now we can kind of do some things here. All right, let's see what we can do here. Well, this is pretty good. That's a good hand. I like what I got there, and I'll explain to you why when we go to our next thing. So, that loot is going to go in our loot pile, but it does not go into our inventory. Okay? It does not go into our inventory. Oh, look who's here. It's my good friend, the undead dragon, as I call him. Because he doesn't look like a Viking.
Beat me to it.
Yeah, undead Viking. What's up, my brother? Oh, ho, ho, ho. So, here we go. All right, let's take a look up here. First of all, let's go right here. Okay, perfect. So now we're going to, because we cleared out that area, we're going to put a token on there that says, hey, we did this. Nice. But we're going to be able to draw, oh, a winged spear. Oh, that's something that a Viking would use. Isn't it kind of appropriate that he comes in here and all of a sudden we have winged spears we're talking about. And this has power. This would be good in our thing. One of them has range so we can hit from anywhere on the table, which is really good. Wow. Now what? Well, that goes over here in this loot pile. Okay, this is our inventory. We'll take another look at it, but right now this is just going to go in our loot pile. It is not ours until we go to the campfire and it becomes part of our inventory. So, taking a look at this board here, where do we want to go next? Well, there's only one place we can go. Let's go level 2. Do we really want to try that? The pains of deciding what to do. Well, what time is it? It is 1 hour, like we said. Undead dragon. It's an upgrade. You go from a Viking to an undead.
Day wants to know how you're feeling about, or what you're thinking of the game so how you're liking the game so far.
I like this. Claustrophobia reviews goes up tonight, likely. Kickstarter launches tomorrow. The game is oh my God, what a mark. Look at this guy selling this game. He comes on this channel and he starts promoing for his channel. Boy, oh boy, I can't wait to go on the Alaboom and I'm going to talk for an hour and a half about my channel. Well, you know, if you... Oh, you could put it in there, for crying out loud. I was kidding and giving you a hard time. Listen, go check out my man's review of Claustrophobia. What I really want to know from my buddy, the Undead Viking. Dude, what do you really like it? Is it better than the original? Can you tell us that? We're going to hold up right here anyways, because I want to find out. Rob, call me after you get done with what you have. Well, I called you before and you didn't pick up. But no, tell us. We want to know. What do you think? What I mean, is it better than the original? Lance is a shill. Nah, Lance is one of very quickly becoming one of my best friends, and I don't got many. Looks like Miniature Market may get some more of my money. There you go. Oh, it is better than the original. Well, I definitely want to check out your review on it. What time is it going to go up so we know? What time on the East Coast? If I don't give him a hard time, he doesn't feel loved. Then again, if he doesn't give me a hard time, I don't feel loved either, Helen.
It cleans up the flow of the game, looks even more amazing.
It is better. It cleans up and the flow of the game and looks even more... Really? Does it come with painted miniatures? There's another big question. Is it worth my hard-earned pound sterling? I think it might be. If it comes with painted miniatures and he says it cleans up and it looks a little bit better, oh man, I may have to get rid of my set here. All right. So, miniatures at the movies? Yeah, you know, it's so hard for us, especially with like I said, the Queen's been having some issues. Good old Undead. Tonight, late, I will send you the link. Huh? All right, tonight, late, he will send us the link. So, guys on the East Coast, look for it later on tonight. My good friend, Lance, the Undead Viking, which I'm very excited that next week I'm going to be able to spend some time with him. And we're going to do some things together, and it'd be nice.
Unfortunately, apparently they're not painted.
Oh, you got to get them painted, I think? Oh, wow, that's a shocker, because the other set came painted. All right, so let's get back to this game. I'm sorry for the distraction, guys, but no, seriously, take a look at his claustrophobia. You know he's going to give you an honest opinion. I mean, that is who my boy is, and he's always going to give you the best that he is, and just... no nonsense, just calling it the way he sees it, and that's the way I like it. All right, also, it is not going to retail, so you have to kind of back it to get it? What the? Well, that's not a smart move. Okay, so anyways, getting back to Lost Souls? Dark Souls. Yeah, my soul is lost. All right, so we're kind of at a...
Different game.
Yeah, different game. Yeah, I know, jeez. We're at a stopping point, but what we're going to do is I'm going to tell you, I'm going to press on. And to find out what happens, you're going to have to tune in tomorrow, okay? Same bat time, same bat channel, only this time Larissa is going to be live, hopefully. And she will be fielding all the... because we don't want to put all the pressure on poor Helen. So, here's what we're going to do. We're going to go for it. We're going to press our luck. And we're going to go right here. Yeah, you got it. All right, this area is done, but I'm going to go right here. So, let's see who we're going to face tomorrow. And we're going to have some time to think this over. So, I'm going to show you the cards. Oh, Nelly. So, here's what happens for... This is the Burnt Gardens. Okay, for one player, okay, and I'm going to hold this up to the camera so we know what's going on. Maybe we should just press on just a little bit more. Maybe we should see if we can survive this. I think we keep going. What do you think? Let's just do one more. All right, fine. We're going to get 2 treasures, but we have to draw 1 card from the hard deck. Oh, man, please, nothing bad, nothing that we can't take on. Oh, a giant slave. Oh, and look where he is. He's right. Oh, he's right there. He's right there. Now, he has 8 health. He does 5 damage. But he'll give us 11 souls if we could take him out. Can we do it? Can we? Come on, guys. This is where you get pumped up a little bit. Let's go over our thing. Let's go see what we can do.
Will do, Rob.
All right. We're going to keep going. I think we're going to keep going here. All right. So he comes on the board, and he's going to dish me 5 damage right off the bat. Whew, boy. So here's how we're going to deal with his 5 damage. We're going to run. Oh, man, this is not cool. So we're going to sacrifice this card, this shield, for 3. So now we got to do 2 more damage. Do I take the 2 damage? Do I take the 2 damage? Oh boy, this is a tough call. Or do I get rid of 1 strength? Boy, oh boy, Helen, what do we do? What do we do? Alright, I'll tell you what I'm going to do. He has no armor. So that's something that I'm not going to worry about. I'm going to take a chance here. This is an extreme chance. So what I'm...
What's his stats look like?
Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to use this strength here. His stats are... He's got 8 health. So he's bringing it. So I'm going to absorb 3. I'm going to absorb the other 3 of... The armor's going to absorb the other 3 of that. So that's going to take care of that. And we're going to take no damage on that. So now it's our turn. So we're going to face him face up. Now... He has no weakness. Oh, good. If we didn't get that, we were in trouble. So at least we can hit him. Now, can we get... Yes, we got 2. But I got to be careful here. All right, so...
The cheering section is full force.
So I'm going to use this. I'm going to use this as a colorless. And then I'm going to use this. And I'm going to do 2 damage to our friend here. So let's go up top and see what that does. Well, I'm going to show you what it does. It's going to put 2 damage on him, which brings him down to 6. So now that my turn is almost over, we do have to draw up to our legal limit of cards. We've got to hope that we get something. We at least have 1 that we can absorb 3 of the damage. Oh, we've got another one of these. That's not going to help us. And that just might help us. Boy, we got a tough call here. All right, so it is his turn now. Man, we got to get through this. We got to get through this. How many cards have we burned through so far in this little adventure? So let's take a look. Let's take a look. Or as Tina would say, let's be slick and go over and count right in front of everybody. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 12 subtracted from the 31 strength that we have. Oh boy, that's not cool. We have 19 in our hand and plus 6 on the table. 19, that means there's 13 cards sitting there. We can't trade blows with this guy too long. So he's going to hit us for 5. We've got to find a way to take that 5. Well, I'm telling you right now, I'm going to take this card out, and I'm going to use the ability on here, which means I'll discard this, but I'll absorb 4 damage. The other thing I'm going to have to do is I'm going to have to take this damage here. So I have to at least take 1. So I'm going to discard that. This puts us in a bad spot. So we survived and took a beating from him, but now we've got to find a way to do 6 more damage to him, and quickly. So we got this Falcon, which could help us and be big. We got another strength that could help us. That could. We've got another strength. That's going to help us. It's going to help us. It's going to help us. So how are we going to do this? How are we going to negotiate this? Well, the only thing that we can do, and that's going to keep us somewhat alive, is that I'm going to use this stamina, and I'm going to have to dump this card. Or Yeah, I pretty much don't have too much of a choice. But I'm going to have to... That's what I'm going to have to do. I'm going to have to do that. Discard those two. And do 2 more damage to him. Which means we got him halfway killed, but it's really going to hurt us. Let's add 2 damage to him, as he is down to 4 more damage. But it is his turn now. And guess what he's going to do? Oh, wait, hold on. There's a symbol on there that I need to check that he does. And I might have screwed something up here. Good thing I caught it and took a look. Oh, suffer 1 damage next time card attacks. He inflicted suffer 1 damage next time card attacks. So I'm going to take an additional damage. So in fairness, I should have took 2 damage. So I'm gonna hurt myself here. I have no choice. I have to take an additional damage. So I'm going to take away the strength here. All right, and I'm going to have to deal out these cards. I may not survive this. I may not survive this. I have to be fair. We have to be fair. There's a symbol on the card, and I'm going to show you in this look through here. I didn't see it originally. It's right there. That means stagger. Every time we get hit. Yeah, inflict stagger. Suffer 1 damage next time card attacks. So every time I attacked, I had to inflict an additional damage to myself. So let's bring our cards up to where we need to be. Hopefully we can get short sword. That's not going to help us. Stamina. That's not going to help me. Oh, another knife. Oh God, come on. Oh, whew! This is going to be close. This is going to be real close. I don't know if I can survive this.
King Fat and Joe, put him in a body bag.
So, oh God. I'm going to use the stamina. And I'm going to just use... Oh, maybe if I do that, that might be enough. No, because that'll only do 1 damage. But I can do the Falcon, which will do 2. Alright. That's the way I want to go with that, because what that's going to do is that's going to inflict 2 damage on him. So I'm going to have to discard a card. I'm going to discard this armor. Because I get inflicted 1 damage every time I attack. Wait a minute, was it his turn to attack? Or was it my turn to attack? Oh, okay, cool. So now, I've got to muscle up here. Oh, thank God I got one of those to absorb some of the damage. I got another one where I can do the final attack. Longsword, and I've only got 3 health left. So he is going to attack me. He's going to attack me for 5. I'm going to take and block 4 of it and discard this card. Oh, shoot. I got to be careful because anytime I have to redraw, it's going to be a problem. Then I'm going to take 1 damage. This is how close this is going to be. There. So I'm going to absorb the damage. Now, here's the thing. Here's how close it is. If I couldn't redraw a card, now if I need to go redraw a card, I'm dead and it's over. But here's the thing. I'm going to discard this card, okay? Attack him for 2, which is going to kill him. I'm still going to take 1 damage, but it doesn't matter because he's dead, which means I don't have to redraw the cards. Okay? If I went to go redraw and he wasn't dead, I would have died. So I'm going to inflict him with the 2 damage. We paid the cost. He dies. And we barely get out of this. But we have no choice, but we're going to have to go back to camp. Whew. And this is completed.
We killed him, right?
Yes, we did. So we're going to get 11 souls.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, it's pretty good. We got 11 souls. We're going to draw 2 cards. We're going to get... Whoops. Let me go over to the other thing. Sorry about that. One man, one, controlling all the cameras. Okay. And we're doing this live, too. So, the first loot we get is a longbow. Is that any good for us? Probably not. The second loot we're going to get is a rapier, which can help us because it has that kind of damage. So we're going to get that. Now we're going to go back to camp. So we're right here. And we're going to have to take the crackling fire off. But we're going to go up to 34 cards, which means we can add 3 cards. Now, gain a 2-soul stamina card. Oh, well, of our choice. Gain a 2-soul stamina card of my choice. Well, that helps. Huh? Yeah, that's right. Nice. Oh, I don't know what that... Okay, 1... Okay, 1, 2... Okay, I got it. So I'm going to take another one of these, and I'm going to add that into our pile. So we've got ourselves...
Well, this gave us 10 cents a soul, $1.10.
Hey, thanks, Soul Razor. Get it? Nice. Thank you, my brother. Thank you for the $1.10. I appreciate it. More than you'll ever know. All right, so we're going to take a look at this, and now we have to add 3 cards to our thing. What do we have that we want to add? Well, we got plenty of souls. That's for doggone sure. But we need to start adding some of these weapons in. So the first thing I want to do... Okay, this guy's dead, so we got to just get him out of here. And things are only going to get tougher, so I need to get this rapier in here. I need to get... I think this winged spear is going to help us out. So we're going to try to keep this winged spear in here. Longbow, I don't think it does what we need it to do. Actually, it wouldn't be bad. That would be 3 cards. Now we could take cards out. So I'm gonna keep these 3 cards. Now let's take a look at our entire deck and let's try to rebuild this a little bit. All right. So I really like those 3 weapon cards, but what can we take out that really isn't too impressive? Well, I don't think this really helps us a lot, so I'm going to take this out. So that means we're going to be able to put another card in. I want to take out a shield. Are you still there, Helen?
I'm here.
Okay, just checking. I think I'm going to... Nah, I'm going to keep that shield. I don't think this... Well, no, that's going to help us big time. It's the blue that sometimes helps us. I'm going to take one of these blue cards out. And then I'm going to take another one of these blue cards out. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to spend $10. And I'm going to put in one of these so I can pick one of each. One of these so I could pick one of each. So that's going to... I got one more card, so I got 4. And then I'm going to pick one of these that I could take that. Now these $5 ones, I get both of these symbols. The ones with the line in, I get either or. So I think that's a good pick. And I think that's the way we're going to go. I'm going to put this stuff into my stamina. This is spent. These are spent, so I got 2 souls. I got the stupid fireball. This all goes into my inventory, and I get to keep my inventory. I don't lose my inventory. I only lose what's in my loot pile. Now I have 2 souls here. We've got 34 cards, I think. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34. There we go. There's our deck. We're going to move him back over there. And then guess what? Tomorrow, we're going to find out what happens next. Because obviously, we're going to take a shot over here. And then, I think we'll be strong enough that we can go take on the monster and see how we make out. And maybe kick him in the teeth. And let him know that we're here. So I think that's what we're going to do. It may be tomorrow, maybe Wednesday. But we will have part 2. Adjust this in the set. Well, I can do it before I get off, Helen. So don't worry about it. Boy, what an exciting stream. Let's talk about it a little bit. We had a lot go on. We had the Undead Viking show up. I mean, we had Tina the Board Gamer show up. Just a slew of guest stars. Huh? We
barely squeaked by.
We barely squeaked by. I don't know how. I hope we did that right. I think we did it right. Because it says that when you have to go draw, if you are unable to draw, then that's it. But the minute you kill the boss, that's it. It ends right there. You get your rewards, ends the story. So we barely survived. That was not cool. We can do a better job of it. Listen, I've got nothing else to say. We've said it all. We've done it all. We've had some fun. If you didn't know how to play Dark Souls, the card game, well, now you know. And you know where you can find it? I'm going to give you one place and one idea. That's right. I heard it. Wait a minute. I think it was from somebody on that side of the chat. Yes, Miniature Market. You can find awesome stuff at Miniature Market, and you can find this game. We have the great Killer Rabbit. He just missed this. Killer Rabbit. I mean, what more can we say except that he is probably one of our most loyal guys. When he can pop in, he will get up in the middle of the night to watch one of our streams. We really appreciate having Killer Rabbit part of the team here and always on the chat, along with all of you. Godzilla Lover, who we love, of course. King Fat, Soul Razor, Charlie P, of course, Miss Tina, Helen, Larissa, everybody. We have a great time and we enjoy what we do. Woo! I mean, what more can I say? I think I filled it in. Listen, I hope you enjoyed this. We tried to make this interactive where you felt like you were there, and I hope that we did good. If we did anything that we could do better, or you could think of anything that we can do better, hey, do me a favor. Put it in the comments below. All right. For Helen, who pretty much had it pretty easy today because I pretty much ran the whole show. For Larissa, who kept an eye on the chat. What more can we say? For all you wonderful people that stuck your head in there. For Soul Razor, thank you for the $1.10. I appreciate it. You have no idea how much it means. And for myself, we have a lot going on this week. I'm just going to give you a quick update. We are going to be painting Speed Freaks, and we're going to be showing that off. Hopefully we can get Tina involved and we can play a game live. We're going to try a few things. We're going to see part 2 of this. We are also going to be doing on next Sunday. We are going to really be bringing it hardcore when we do Fallen Land. You're going to want to check that out. I may try to do it maybe in Friday night as a solo, and then do it a player versus player, which is always fun because I always like beating Tina. Someday maybe I will. We've just got a whole host of things to do before we take off for BGG Con. We had a great time. Everybody, it's great seeing you. We will see you soon. Thank you so much for watching. And as always, stay out of trouble. See you, folks.